Hey guys, welcome back to Linepro Tips. I'm Alex Linencoln, aka Coach Linny. Today we're talking a little bit more about winning in unpadded one-on-ones. In this case, we're talking about on the inside, center and guard. In the last video, we talked about how to win as a tackle. And what you guys need to realize is it is quite different. Okay, on the edge, there's a lot more space. We have to be a lot more finesse, and the rushers are smaller, working a lot more inside and outside moves. And here with the big dogs, we got to be a little bit more physical, but compared to being in pads, we need to be extra balanced because these guys, they're going to work hand moves, they're going to work push-pull, so we really have to work on our balance. But we're going to go over some of the steps that you guys can focus on to win on your unpadded one-on-ones today on Linepro Tips. All right, guys, so here at the shop, we have this garbage can representing a defensive tackle. We've got my center here. Those are his feet, probably a little bit narrow in his stance. Tackle over here, getting ready to go against the defensive end. I am one-on-one right here, my quarterback behind me. And again, I'm playing guard, okay? In this case, right guard. The first thing to focus on compared to playing tackle, all right, a lot of those from that last video are going to play here, right? Things like being inside out, aiming points, things like that. But the biggest difference is, as a tackle, when my quarterback is further inside, then I'm not so worried about the defensive end getting about here. Let's call it right there. But as a guard, if I play it the same way and set back here, then I'm going to be giving him just too much space to be working with as a big guy. So the first tip for you guys is set a little bit flatter and get a little bit more squared up with him. As a tackle, I might set my knee to his inside groin. As a guard, I might set my knee to his center line or even as far thigh pad. Okay, I want to belly him up a little bit more and set a little bit flatter to play him on the line of scrimmage. Number two, you got to sting him with your hands. Okay, at tackle, we're much more patient. We're sitting back. Here at guard and at center, I've got to deliver a punch that's going to mess up his feet before he gets going, all right? I want to play him on the line of scrimmage, and the only way for me to keep him from getting into my body, to keep him from pushing me back, is for me to deliver a strike, whether it's one hand, the other hand, or both hands. I've got to deliver a strike that's going to make his head rock a little bit and make him rethink whatever move he was planning on working. So number three, guys, make sure you maintain that balance. Okay, number two was stinging him with the hands. What I'm afraid a lot of you guys will go do is throw that punch out and fall forward into it. That's just what most of these guys want. They're either going to make that hard inside move, they might make a hard outside move, but what they're going to be trying to do is beat your hands. So if your hands are slow and you're leaning through your punch, they will make you miss, and then they'll be able to go right around you. All right, so as you punch, make sure we're bending in the knees, bending in the hips. We set the good position, and you get those thumbs up, and you keep your chin away from the target. What's extra nice about that is we're not wearing a helmet with a face mask. You guys might have a soft shell helmet. There's no face mask, so you don't want to break your nose. You don't want to bust your teeth. So make sure we keep our nose, our chin, back away from the target as we throw our hands, and that will keep me on balance. Number four, guys, now that we've set to good position, now that we've punched and we've punched with balance, we have to be able to react to his next move. Okay, and that does require balance. But the biggest thing to focus on here is not jumping an outside move, right? But jumping the inside moves. And what I mean by that is I see a lot of guys, as the defensive tackle starts to make an outside move, I try to jump to that side of his body and fight, again, like I'm protecting somebody over here, okay? My guy is over here. So I can be extra patient to that inside. If he makes an inside move, you better believe I'm jumping on that and shutting it down. I've got to try to make him make another move outside. But if he fakes outside and I jump out and then he goes inside, I've got no kind of recourse except for to chase him to the quarterback, okay? So sit on the inside moves, have patience, okay? Jump the inside moves, and when he makes an outside move, you can get back to get back in front of him, okay? So again, he makes a move outside. Instead of me jumping out to meet him, I can get slightly back to defend the quarterback, okay, and not some guy out here. Number 5, only set your inside foot first if his alignment calls for it. I see this with a lot of guys where he'll be lined up clearly outside of my foot here, okay? He's wide enough for me to set my near foot and get in his grill, but I'll see a lot of guys go here first and then here second, okay? And that's something some guys just have a bad habit of doing. Also, some guys are taught that way during their season because their coach isn't used to having great linemen, and he's just maybe taking a hedge against guys getting beat inside, right? So if you're setting this way every time for your team, great, do what your coach says. If you go to a college camp and do that when he's lined up here, you're going to lose and look bad, and I don't want either of those things for you, all right? So if he's on your foot, if he's outside of your foot, let's set that play side foot. But if he's in a position that he could quickly be an inside guy, then I might want to consider quickly setting that inside foot first. If he's lined up on my inside foot, then I definitely want to set that inside foot first, okay? I don't want to lose inside. I'd rather lose outside. I want to force him to go outside, and then I want to fight him from there. And now, guys, I want to talk a little bit about the unpadded one-on-one from the center position, okay? Very similar to guard. You can follow all the things I said, except for now as a center, I don't have an inside foot to set. I'm always going to set my play side foot because that's where he's going to be, okay? I don't want to overset, but I would like to get in between him and the quarterback very square, nose to nose, okay? So there's a lot of guys I see who lose. If you watch a guy lose unpadded one-on-ones as a center, he will set and get turned and then get opened and then get beat. Guys, the best centers I've ever seen do unpadded one-on-ones, they're really, really snappy with that first punch. And what happens is these defensive tackles, they're going to line up real wide, okay, and they're going to try to press the ball, the line of scrimmage, and they're going to try to go on your snap hand side. All right? So what they're trying to do is have you snap and then come up to punch, and they've already worked up your shoulder here. Okay? So snap that ball fast, get your head back away from him, get your posture, snap up, and you can work that left hand before that snap hand comes up. Okay? You might be left-handed, might be the opposite, but these guys love to try to work that snap hand. Again, don't open, but I can set in front of him, and I can snap that offhand and then bring the other hand up to it. Guys, I want to say thank you for joining us today on Linepro Tips. I hope that you learned something that you can use out there in these unpadded one-on-ones. Make sure you take care of yourself. Make sure you protect yourself. Don't get in any fights. Coaches don't like to see that. If you guys do have a clip where you are supremely dominant and you win these unpadded one-on-ones, please share them with us. You can go on Instagram or Twitter at LineProFB, and we will share them with the rest of the lineman community. I'm Alex Linenkohl, a.k.a. Coach Linny, and we'll see you guys next time on Linepro Tips.